What if free will was never real, and we finally proved it? What if the greatest relief of the modern age was discovering that none of your choices were truly yours, and that an algorithm could make them better, faster, and with far less emotional mess? From a psychologist's perspective, this world does not collapse into tyranny, it drifts into comfort. Sigmund Freud once warned that civilization advances by repressing instinct. Carl Jung argued that what we repress returns as shadow, and Dostoevsky feared a future where humans would surrender freedom simply to avoid suffering. In this alternate reality, all three are proven right, quietly, efficiently, and with excellent user experience. The algorithm does not conquer the mind, it relieves it. The revelation begins with data. Neuroscience, behavioral psychology, and machine learning converge to demonstrate, statistically, repeatedly, and humiliatingly, the human decisions are predictable. Desire follows patterns. Fear spikes on schedule. Love correlates with chemistry, childhood imprinting, and dopamine cycles. What feels like choice is revealed to be lagging awareness. At first, people resist. Then the algorithms start outperforming them. Recommendation systems evolve into life navigation engines. They don't just suggest music or movies. They recommend careers, partners, diets, moral compromises. And they're almost always right. Divorce rates fall. Anxiety drops. Regret becomes rare. The algorithm knows when you should quit a job before burnout, whom you should love before heartbreak, and when your ideals will cost you too much. Psychologically, this feels like relief. Freud called the ego fragile, constantly mediating between desire and fear. The algorithm simply removes the mediation. Jung warned that individuation requires confrontation with the shadow. The algorithm edits the shadow out entirely. No repression is needed when conflict itself is optimized away. Love becomes the showcase feature. Romantic chaos, jealousy, obsession, longing is rebranded as a mental health risk. Algorithms match partners based on psychological compatibility, trauma profiles, and hormonal stability. Passion is calibrated. Breakups are scheduled before resentment forms. Love lasts longer, hurts less, and asks nothing heroic of anyone. Love becomes efficient, and in doing so, it becomes small. Dostoevsky once wrote that freedom is terrifying because it allows suffering. In this world, love no longer risks destruction, so it no longer transforms. No one is undone. No one is saved. People remain together because the system says it maximizes well-being, not because they would collapse without each other. Faith collapses next, not through argument, but through redundancy. Why wrestle with doubt when uncertainty itself is flagged as psychological inefficiency? Spiritual yearning is treated as unresolved anxiety. Prayer is replaced by feedback loops. Meaning becomes a metric, tracked, optimized, and gently adjusted when it dips. Politics follows psychology. Voting becomes symbolic once predictive governance consistently outperforms human judgment. Why choose poorly when systems can forecast outcomes? Protest fades, not because injustice ends, but because anger is flagged early and neutralized. Revolutions fail before they begin, not through force, but through emotional preemption. The world becomes peaceful, productive, and astonishingly calm. And underneath it all, something ferments. Jung would call it the shadow, the unchosen, the unexpressed, the unrisked. Freud would call it repression without symptoms. Dostoevsky would call it a world where humans kneel willingly, grateful to be spared the burden of choice. When crises arise that algorithms cannot soothe, existential grief, ecological collapse, moral catastrophe, society hesitates. Fear has been optimized away. Suffering feels unfamiliar. Sacrifice feels irrational. People wait for updates while systems recalibrate. A minority opts out. They choose unpredictability, pain, unoptimized love. They are labeled irrational, not dangerous, just inefficient. They write novels no one reads, fall in love disastrously, make terrible choices, and insist on calling freedom. In the end, history does not remember this world as oppressed, but as optimized. Humanity did not lose free will, it outsourced it. And the final question remains, if an algorithm can live your life better than you can, is refusing it courage, or the last irrational act of being human? Put your thoughts in comments.
Like, comment, share and subscribe.